The year was 2000. 7 men, hardened criminals all, dared to dream of freedom. They were incarcerated at the Connally Unit in Texas, a place designed to hold them captive. But their desire for liberation burned bright.
We meticulously planned our escape, each man playing a crucial role.
On December 13th, their plans sprang into action. They overpowered guards, utilizing cunning and brute force. They stole uniforms, blending in with their surroundings. A prison truck became their chariot to the outside world. They were the Texas 7, and they were loose.
The escape sent shockwaves through Texas and beyond.
Law enforcement launched a massive manhunt. The eyes of the nation turned to the Lone Star State, captivated by the audacity of the escape. Fear gripped the hearts of citizens as the 7 fugitives disappeared into the vast expanse of the American landscape. The authorities vowed to bring them to justice. But for now, the Texas 7 were ghosts, haunting the thoughts of those who knew their story.
The escape was a testament to our desperation and cunning. It exposed vulnerabilities within the system, vulnerabilities we had exploited with chilling effectiveness.
Their actions had consequences that stretched far beyond the prison walls. They were free, but their freedom came at a steep price. The lives of many would be forever altered by their desperate gamble. Christmas Eve arrived, a time for joy and celebration. But for the Texas 7, it would be a night forever stained with violence. Desperate for money and resources, they set their sights on an Oshman's sporting goods store in Irving, Texas. They believed it would be an easy target, a quick in and out. They were wrong.
Officer Aubrey Hawkins, a dedicated husband and father, was working that night. He was called to the store for a routine security check, unaware of the danger lurking inside. As he approached the building, the Texas 7 were lying in wait. They ambushed him, unleashing a hail of gunfire. Officer Hawkins never stood a chance.
11 shots rang out that night, each one a hammer blow to the heart of justice. Officer Hawkins, a symbol of law and order, lay dead on the cold pavement. The Texas 7 had crossed a line, transforming themselves from escapees into cold-blooded killers. The manhunt intensified, fueled by grief and outrage. The authorities would stop at nothing to bring Officer Hawkins's murderers to justice. George Rivas, the mastermind behind the escape, found himself haunted by the events of Christmas Eve. The weight of Officer Hawkins's death pressed down on him, a heavy burden he could no longer bear. He had envisioned a life of freedom, a chance to start anew. But the reality of their actions had shattered that dream.
I knew I couldn't outrun my past. I turned myself into the authorities, confessing to my role in the escape and the murder of Officer Hawkins. My voice, once filled with bravado, now cracked with remorse.
He expressed deep regret for the pain he had caused, acknowledging the devastating consequences of his actions. He accepted the death penalty as his due justice, a small measure of atonement for the life he had taken.
My confession sent shockwaves through the case. I didn't shy away from my responsibility, accepting the consequences of my actions.
His words offered little comfort to the grieving family of Officer Hawkins, but they provided a sliver of closure to a tragedy that had gripped the nation.
Patrick Murphy, another member of the Texas 7, found himself facing a similar fate. Captured and charged with capital murder, he sat on death row, the specter of execution looming over him. He maintained that he was not directly involved in the shooting of Officer Hawkins, but under Texas law, his participation in the robbery made him equally culpable.
Years turned into a decade, then another. Murphy found solace in Buddhism, seeking forgiveness and inner peace. He expressed deep regret for his actions and the pain inflicted on Officer Hawkins's family. But his pleas for clemency fell on deaf ears.
His execution was stayed twice, prolonging his agony. The uncertainty of his fate weighed heavily on him, a constant reminder of the life he had taken and the price he might have to pay. He remained on death row, awaiting a final verdict, his life hanging in the balance.
The legacy of the Texas 7 continues to resonate today, a stark reminder of the human capacity for both good and evil. The escape exposed the flaws within the justice system and the devastating consequences of desperation and violence. The memory of Officer Aubrey Hawkins serves as a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line every day.
His tragic death ignited a movement for increased officer safety and support, ensuring that his sacrifice would not be in vain. The case of the Texas 7 remains a cautionary tale, a reminder that even within the confines of prison walls, the desire for freedom can drive individuals to desperate measures. It highlights the importance of rehabilitation and the need for a justice system that offers both accountability and the possibility of redemption.